Hey everyone, it's Pastor Rick Malloy here. Welcome to Truth Pastor TV. You know, there's 7 billion people walking this lovely planet, and unfortunately 6.5 billion of them are walking around blind. Blind by prejudice, blind by who people choose to love and sleep with, blind by the hypocrisy and the falseness of mainstream media, blind by the lies and deceit that comes from our government, from doctors, from big pharmacy, creating mayhem and death, and then suddenly they come up with a cure, and the government backs that up by allowing them to have a monopoly on that market. It's crazy to think in 2018 that the world is fighting to legalize something that the government, first of all, has no rights to: plants. How can you own something that's not yours? How can you claim and make laws against people from something that wasn't yours to start with? And if you think the legalization of cannabis is anything but a cash grab for the government, I'm sorry folks, but you're one of the blind. The government is going to be taxing on cannabis. They're going to be telling us what cannabis products we can and can't consume. For instance, going after shatter, cannabis oils, hash oils, so on and so forth. That's like saying it's okay to use tomatoes, but if you make tomato sauce, we're throwing you in jail. They have no rights to it. So why do we allow this to happen? The whole system needs to be brought to its knees. It needs to be torn down and rebuilt by honest people, not the rich, because they're the ones that's fucking up everything to start with. Do you think it's the poor people that are using weather modification and weather warfare? Is it the poor that's running mainstream media? Is it the middle class? No. And I don't understand what journalists are getting out of pushing this propaganda of these 6 or 5, 6, 7 organizations that run pretty well all of the mainstream media. Do they think they're going to have a room in that bunker when all hell breaks loose? No. They're part of the blind. They're part of the problem. You know, we've got so many different things going on in the world right now that's just tearing this planet apart. And the government likes it when you're focused on racism, when you're focused on homophobia, when you're focused on fighting for your own rights, the rights to your own body, your own mind. They love it, because then they can control us in little groups. You know what I mean? The system is corrupt and has been corrupt for way too long. The police are so out of control that they're going in to people's homes and killing them over a plant. Where will this stop? Well, I could tell you folks, it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. Not unless we stop them. I want you to please share this message. Make it go viral. People need to know. We got to stop focusing on the little things and look at the big picture. Who's pushing the buttons? Who's controlling us like puppets? There's, 13 families? 15 families altogether, the Rothschilds and the Clintons, and, they're the ones that's pulling the strings. They're the ones that are breaking laws and laws and laws. Murder to be at the top of it. But they're not the ones going to jail. It's people like you and I. Just the common, ordinary person that maybe likes to smoke a reefer after work. Maybe do some magic mushrooms on a weekend, going out to a party. We're the ones that are going to jail for the stuff that they're bringing in. Don't tell me the U.S. Army is not guarding the poppy fields in Afghanistan. Don't tell me the Army has never brought in drugs from other countries. I mean, it's been proven. There's so much documentation on this stuff. They're still pushing the lies that we need fossil fuels. Fossil fuels hasn't been needed for the last 50 years. We have the technology to run things cleanly. And if we used hemp instead of trees, this planet might just survive. But if we keep going in the wrong direction, if we keep letting the 1%, the rich people, document the do's and don'ts of the common people, this planet is fucked. I'm sorry to say that, but it is. People, we need to wake up. Don't just take what you see on the news as gospel truth. Don't just take what the government tells you as gospel truth. And they'll always have some scientist quack come out of the fucking woodworks to back up their claims, just as Harry Anslinger did when they went on this war against drugs. It's not a war against drugs, it's a war against people, and especially people of color. It was all built on racism. It was all built on lies. So why do we continue to let the government and the police get away with throwing us in jail for something that they have no rights to? I want to thank you folks for joining me today. Please share this message. Share it far, share it wide. Let's get some eyes open, folks. Bless you. Peace.